When it comes to there's something wrong with the kids, if you're the type who has ever thought kids are a little bit weird or creepy, this will definitely affirm everything you have ever thought about them and make it so whether it's your friends' kids, little nieces, nephews, little cousins, you're definitely going to give them the side eye, especially if you ever find yourself dealing with them one on one or in any situation where you're left alone with them. To summarize the film, Ellie and Margaret have been friends for a very long time, since college, but being that Ellie has two kids, Spencer and Lucy, with her husband Thomas, and Margaret has been very career focused while dealing with some issues with her husband Ben, their lives haven't been as close and connected as it used to be. So the idea is they're gonna rent a cabin together, gossip, drink, and while the kids are ripping and running, tying themselves out, the adults are gonna have some fun. But when it comes to the kids, things go a little bit awry when everybody goes onto a hike and they go to a old fort, and inside the fort is this giant deep hole, and the kids look down the hole and something down there just mesmerizes them and leads them to kind of shift in how they act. And at first, only Ben recognizes this because the kids try to freak him out, Lucy especially, Spencer and Time. And as time goes on, you're led to question what the hell is wrong with these kids, and are these kids perhaps possessed? Have they been replaced? Or are they showing their true selves that their parents just didn't recognize until now? So, the first topic of our review is just the kids. They are such a major highlight for when it comes to this movie, and naturally they had to be since the title is about there's something wrong with the kids. But they really do blow me away, and I bet they'll blow you away because they're that kind of creepy. They're Children of the Corn kind of creepy. They're creepy like the movie Get Out kind of creepy in terms of this is a type of film and these are the type of kids that would definitely make you want to research getting a vasectomy, maybe double checking your birth control, because the idea of having kids like this probably is the best deterrent to have kids that I can imagine. And just to go a little bit further into it, they each have a different way of freaking you out. Lucy's way of doing it is saying and the type of things which can seem innocent, but if you really look into it and think about it, they're kind of menacing. And then when it comes to Spencer, he's just outright messing with you. He doesn't do subtle. Spencer will have maggots in food and mess with you that way. You'll see sometimes, I don't want to give everything away, but let's just say Spencer does everything possible for when it comes to Ben. He takes advantage of you understanding that we know that you have mental illness issues, so we're gonna really push you to the limit and make it so you look crazy as hell while we're just these innocent kids that you're picking on for some reason. In terms of the second highlight, as we just mentioned, Ben has some mental issues. Seemingly he might be bipolar, something of that nature. And what we appreciate is that if you take away the kids and all that they bring to the movie, the adults have more than enough drama to keep you entertained. Margaret is dealing with Ben having the type of issues that is detrimental to his career and to a point their relationship, because the way it seems they may not have kids because she may be afraid to have kids with Ben. I mean, it's not confirmed, but it's a possibility. And then when it comes to Ellie and Thomas, they have issues because they've been together since college, and in their exploration of ways to revitalize their marriage, they've hit a speed bump that has sent them off of the road. Again, not going into specifics, but there's enough drama there that you can easily imagine if they kept that going, it would be perfectly fine. But this is a horror movie about two creepy ass kids, so after a certain point, the movie stops exploring the marital issues of both couples and goes right into the kids, which is fine, but you can see if it took a different direction, it would have still worked as a film. In terms of the on the fence topics for us, I think the major issue that some may have is that this film doesn't go too much into whatever the kids saw, whatever replaced them, or whatever took them over. Instead, it's one of those films which just establishes that something did happen, there is some creepy force going on, but in terms of details, it doesn't go into that. All we know is that when it comes to Spencer and Lucy's shadow, we see some praying mantis type creature. And on top of that, Spencer began speaking with hisses and chittering sounds. And I don't know. It really depends when it comes to horror movies. How much details do you want? Does giving away too much detail kind of ruin things for you so that you lose interest in the film? Or is it the mystery of not knowing that really helps you? Because that is gonna be the determining factor of not whether or not you enjoy this film, but more so when it comes to how it develops, whether or not you feel like enough is given for you to really get into the whole story. Overall, when it comes to There's Something Wrong with the Kids, I feel that yes, you don't perhaps get as much details as you may want when it comes to whatever this monster or being is that it has infected, duplicated, or what have you, the kids. But between the adult drama and then how creepy the kids are, you may forgive that you don't learn much about the true villain or monster in the movie, because just how much you get creeped out by these kids, how much you kind of get some form of investment in the adults, it'll lead you to want to watch this movie as soon as you get the chance. And after you watch it, maybe try to see anybody else can pick up on something maybe you didn't get, or whether or not these kids freaked them out as much as they freak you out.